So if you have your eyes closed, slowly open your eyes. Good, and you're gonna plant your feet to the earth. And I hope you can see me. And you're gonna start to do little crunches up. Yep, we're gonna start with 4. Little crunches up and down. Good, so your feet are planted in the earth. Little crunches. I think Zoom can see me. I'm not sure if Facebook can see me. So I'm gonna tilt it just a little bit. So I'm just doing crunches, feet are planted in. You're just having your hands behind your head. Let's get our bodies warmed up. Awesome, and then you're just gonna bring your right knee in and then plant it down. Your left knee in, plant it down. You can stay with both feet connected to the earth. Sometimes it bothers people's backs to lift their feet off the floor. You can keep both feet in. 4 more. Oh, here you go, kids. 3. This one's just gonna sit on the couch. 2 more. Good, now bring both feet up, cross at the ankles, and now we're gonna crunch again. Little crunch. You're gonna watch me. You're gonna fall asleep. Good, little crunches up and down. 8 more, and 7. Try to get up as high as you can, lifting those shoulder blades off the floor. Keep breathing. 4 more, and 3, and 2. Good, now take it all the way up. Little crunches here, little crunches. Stay tight for 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now release. And release your feet to the floor. Get a little stretch in your core. Now we're gonna take our right leg over top of our left leg. So you're gonna do some eagle crunches. So your left foot goes into the earth, your right arm goes under, your left arm is on top. If you can't do this fine, this is totally fine. And now you're gonna drop the fingertips to the earth, and then you're gonna rise up, touch the elbow to the knee, drop the feet and the fingertips back to the earth. So you're gonna keep going. When you do this, go slow, don't go super fast, and go all the way in trying to touch the elbow and the knee together. Good, keep breathing as you're crunching. You can't see me, Lori, sorry. I don't know if they can see me. I don't know what they're seeing. Good, 8 more, 7, 6, 4 more, and 3, and 2, and release. Can you see me now, Lori? Is it just that I'm on the ground, you can't see me? Now let's switch legs. Left leg over, left arm under, and now we're gonna crunch in and out on this left side. So try to touch the elbow to the knee. Good, come all the way in and go all the way out. Awesome. Better, okay. I need someone to, I tried to go upstairs and see it on Rob's, but I couldn't. Hopefully that's working. So eagle crunches, let's go 8 more. That's 8, 7, 6, 4 more, and 3, 2, and now release. Take it all the way out. So reach your arms over your head. You're just lying on your mat. You're gonna slowly come up. Try to use your body. Try not to swing all the way up. You're gonna come all the way up into a full bow. So you might have your knees slightly bent like mine. And if you can straighten your legs, go for the straight legs. We're gonna slowly lower down in 4 counts. So it's 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. 2 more of those. Arms over your head, stretch it all the way out. Slowly come up to full bow. Palms face up, chin is away from the chest. You can have the knees bent or you can straighten the legs. You're gonna slowly lower down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Arms over your head. Let's do 1 more. Come all the way up. Try to use your body to get there. Full bow. Palms face up. You can straighten the legs, chin away from the chest. Lift the chest up and slowly lower down for 4, and 3, and 2, and now release. Good, now grab those legs, you're gonna rock and roll. So we're gonna do a lot more core as we go along, but let's get started. So I want you to try, you're gonna rock and roll 3 or 4 times, and then you're gonna try to get up into queen chair. Remember, you're in your house. No one knows if you can get up in that queen chair without using your hands, but you're gonna try. I might not be able to. And you're gonna come all the way up, nope, and come into queen chair. Thank you. Dog on, husband on. So you're in your queen chair, big toes to touch, heels are slightly apart, and then pull that core. Remember, this first queen chair, right? Be a little generous with yourself. If you need to come up a little bit further. If you can drop down low using your exhale. So we're gonna breathe throughout the practice. Use your inhale and exhale. So some people breathe in and hold for 3 seconds, breathe out, exhale for 3 seconds. Whatever your breath, honor that and stay with that breath. Good. And now we're gonna release and fold forward. Walk your feet a couple inches apart, grab opposite elbows, and now fold forward. See if you can get your head in between your arms. Good, and maybe you sway side to side. This is called ragdoll. We're just getting into a position where we can really forward fold, let everything go. And then come to center, release the hands. Toe and heel your feet together. And you're going to slowly rise, have a generous bend in your knee. Slowly rise, stack your vertebrae, come all the way up, reach all the way up. Look up if you can. And then exhale and fold forward. Take your hands to your shins. Take an awesome half lift. Lengthen your spine. Stay here a little longer than we normally do. Lengthen your spine. Reach the crown of your head forward. And now fold forward again. Grab the backs of your legs. See if you can bend your knees. Bring your body closer to your legs. Slowly rise all the way up. As you rise up, reach up. Maybe you go a little further this time. Maybe you look up, maybe you go back to the back of the room. And now slowly fold forward. Bring your hands to your shins. Take that half lift. Now you can do whatever you want in your vinyasa, but this first time, let's just ground our hands in and lift our right foot up and slowly walk it all the way back to the back of the mat. And now you're going to use your core to lift the left foot up. Don't slide it. Lift it and take it back. You're in a high plank. Now, in your high plank, if this is too much, go to your knees. So I read that reading this morning. If you are able to do what you want and what you need, you're able to do that with those around you. So if it's too much to stay in a high plank, drop your knees. Do what's right for you. So we're going to hold this. And I always like to try to get our bodies super warm. So if you're on your knees or on your hands, you can do this. You're going to widen your stance a little bit with your legs. So take your knees further apart, your feet further apart. You're holding that plank. And you're going to slowly tap your right hand to your left shoulder, left hand to your right shoulder, right hand to your left. You don't have to do this if you don't want. You can just hold that plank. Beauty is of this, you're in your home. You're doing what you want to do. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Good, and hold. So let's make this flow a super, like a heightened awareness of our body flow, right? We're going to do yoga, but we're really going to pay attention to our body. So if you come to the tips of your toes or you walk your knees further away from your arms, you might realize it's a little bit harder. We're going to hold for 2 more breaths. Pull the core in, keep the hips up high. Good, 1 more deep breath. And now you're going to press back to down dog. So that might have helped get your body temperature up. Push your hands in the mat as if you're trying to push the mat forward and press your chest towards your toes. And maybe look right, look left. And 2 times, come really high on the balls of your feet and then drop the heels down. One more time. Come really high on the balls of your feet and drop it all the way down. Bring your big toes to touch. Take your right leg straight back. Take your right knee to your right tricep. And you're going to get it as close to your tricep as you can. And now take it over to your left tricep. Bring it to the center. Look forward in the middle of your hands. Step that right leg through for a deep lunge. So get really yummy in this lunge, right? Walk that foot forward. The knee is over top of the ankle. Ground your hands in. Look forward. Draw that left heel back. So my left leg is straight. I want to feel this in my hip flexor. I'm going to take my left hand. I'm going to come to the fingertips, or if you can ground in without putting too much weight, and reach that right arm all the way up. Good, now you're going to bring that right hand inside your right foot. And now you're going to try to hover that right foot. This is really hard. You're going to try to hover the right foot off the earth and hold it right there for 3 breaths. So try. It's 1, 2. Now slowly walk that right leg back. Now you're in that high plank. A lot of core work. I said we'd do more, right? Now you're going to lower down into your chaturanga. So this is our vinyasa. Push your chest forward. Come to upward facing dog. And now press back. Down dog. Big toes to touch. Take your left leg straight back. Left knee to your left tricep. So go slow. Move with purpose. Take it over to your right tricep. Bring it back to center. Step it through. Deep lunge. So walk that foot forward. Your knee is over top of the ankle. You're going to take the hands in between the foot. And you're going to look forward slightly. Stretch that right hip flexor. So I don't know if you can see, but I keep walking my right foot back further so I can get a better stretch in my right hip flexor. Ground your right hand in next to your left foot. Reach your left arm all the way up. If you can look up, it's a little bit of a bonus to feel that stretch. How does this feel, right? Pay attention to what's going on in your body. Release that left hand to the inside of your left foot. This is super hard. Try it. You're at home. No one's watching. And if they are, we don't like them, right? We don't want to be judged. We're going to lift that left foot off the earth and hold for 3. And now I'm slowly going to walk that leg back, high plank. And so this is what our vinyasa is. You can create, you can create your own vinyasa, or you can steal mine. So I'm going to do a chaturanga, elbows in line with my shoulders, close to my rib cage. I'm going to go up to upward facing dog. And then I want to add a little bit more of a challenge. I'm going to go back to chaturanga, push all the way up to high plank, go to down dog. Now your typical vinyasa is chaturanga, up dog, down dog. You do what's right for you. Take this posture, press your chest towards your toes, maybe even close your eyes. Look to your hands, step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Take a half lift, and then fold, rise up. We're going to start to do a few sunnaes. However you come up, whatever your variation, do what works for you. Fold forward. Take a half lift, and again, ground your hands in, walk back, float back, high plank. And your vinyasa. So I'm going to do that chaturanga. I'm going to go to up dog. I'm going to go back to the chaturanga, high plank, down dog. Take 2 deep breaths. Connect with your breath. Maybe close your eyes for the second one. And then look to your hands. Step or float to the front of your mat. Half lift. Fold. Rise up. And now fold forward. Stay with your breath. Take a half lift. Into your high plank. Maybe you jump into it now. Up dog. Back to chaturanga. High plank. Down dog. We're going to do 2 more. So 2 deep breaths. Maybe this is when You try to hop into a handstand, maybe. Look to your hands, step or float, or walk to the front of your mat. Take a half lift, fold, rise up. We have one more after this. Make it a little bit bigger if you can. Fold forward, take that half lift into your high plank, up dog, back to chaturanga, high plank, down dog. So now, take 2 deep breaths. Do one sun A on your own. One more, and we'll all meet back in down dog. Take your time. Soon enough, we'll all be in Shavasana together. Connect more with your breath now. Once you get back to your down dog, feel your hands in the mat. Look to your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread wide. I don't even know if you can see my hands in the angle that you are, but press the whole hand. That's how you get strong in your body. Use all of the muscles that you can. So when people start yoga, they're like, oh, this kills my wrists, because we don't use our wrists. Look to your hands, step or float to the front of your mat. Take a half lift, fold, and come to queen chair. About in my 40s or late 30s, I'm not really sure. Start to not remember things at that point. Tuck in. I got out of bed every morning, my feet were hurting. And then my girl, Missy Lala, who I think is watching, said, you gotta take yoga. Come to yoga with me. I started taking yoga. 6 months later, there was no pain in my feet. And what I realized is I was not using my feet. I was pounding them, I was running on them, I was biking on them, but I was not using them properly. So right now, speaking of that exact thing, the weight goes back into the heels of the feet, but you're spreading your toes wide and you're strengthening those feet. So as we flow, I'll refer back to your feet. If your feet aren't moving and wobbling, get in it a little bit deeper. Challenge your feet to get strong. And now release, fold forward. Half lift into your high plank. And now vinyasa to your down dog. Make it yours. Step your right leg through, warrior one. So spin that left leg around, or left foot around, and then come up, rise up. Straighten your right leg. Take your hands to your hips. Pull your left hip forward, pull your right hip back. And then start to bend that right knee. Maybe you can do what I'm doing and scoot that right foot further forward. That's how you make this a little harder. Walk the feet further apart. Bend that front thigh so your knee is over top of your ankle, but your thigh is parallel to the earth. And then reach your arms overhead. Take your hands behind you, clasp them. So you have a bind behind you. Roll your shoulders back and down, open up, and then fold forward. Right shoulder comes to the inside of your right knee. This is called humble warrior. So let your body fall towards the earth. Right shoulder is right inside your right knee. And now release the bind of your arms. Reach your arms to the front of the room, but keep your chest low to your right thigh. Hold for 3. Now start to rise up. As you come up, reach up, maybe reach back to the back of the room. And then slowly release. Vinyasa to your down dog, make it yours. Once you get back to down dog, step your left leg through, warrior one. Spin your right foot around at a 60-degree angle. Use your left leg, rise up. Start to straighten your left leg, hands to your hips, your right hip forward, left hip back. And lift your arms overhead, start to bend your left knee. I'm gonna scoot my left foot forward. I'm gonna get a little wider. I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. Then take my arms behind me again. Clasp my hands, open up, reach those hands down to the floor, look up. And now fold forward. So now my left shoulder is gonna come to the inside. Keep the left knee as close to the left shoulder as possible and let the head completely relax towards the floor. You should see your right foot wibbling, wobbling, strengthening. Release the hands, reach them forward, but keep your chest. You're not resting or dumping on your thigh. You're using your strength in your right leg and your left leg to support you. Slowly rise up, all the way up, maybe look up. And then release, vinyasa, back to down dog. And then come back to your down dog. Feel your hands, press your chest to your toes, and hold for 2. Let's put that together in a flow. So look to your hands, step or float, half lift, fold, come into your queen chair. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Now this time, reach your hands back, airplane arms, shoulders are lifted, pull the core in, back is flat. Awesome. Stay in it, making it a little lower for 3. And now release, fold forward. Half lift. In your high plank, vinyasa to your down dog, then step your right leg through, warrior 1 flow. Reach up, maybe reach back to the back of the room. And then as you vinyasa, lift that right foot up. Don't let it slide. Use your core strength to take it back. Vinyasa to the left side. Warrior 1 on that left side. Use your core strength to step it through. Reach up. And then do that one more time. Warrior 1 flow on each side, right and left. And then we'll meet back to our down dog. We can add in that warrior 2 next round. Make it big. Sometimes we move too quickly and we're not in the posture correctly. On that left side, finish it out, warrior 1. If you're going faster than I am, hold your space in that down dog. And breathe through. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. If you want to do a handstand hop, go for it. We walk your feet a little bit closer, bend the knees, and hop it up. Then look to your hands, step or float to the front of your mat. Half lift, fold, queen chair. Big toes to touch, bring your knees together, look back, your heels are slightly apart. Good, now we're gonna take field goal arms. I want you to press the wrists and the elbows back to the back of the room. Stay low. Take 2 more breaths, see if you can get a little bit lower. Good, 1 more breath. And then release, fold forward. And again, you're gonna take that half lift into your vinyasa. Make it yours. If you're still doing that chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, high plank. Step your right leg through, warrior 1, and then open up to warrior 2. Awesome. So bend that right knee so the right knee is over top of the ankle. Left foot is parallel to the back of your mat. And then lift your arms. And now, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm continuing to walk my right foot forward so I can engage my right quad a little bit more. Awesome, you're gonna flip your right hand. You're gonna reach it straight up. Take your left arm around your back, just this first time. Just the first time, because we're gonna hold this position. Reach up, and now start to reach your right hand, palm facing back. Reach it behind you. but keep pushing your right knee forward. And then release. Vinyasa, back to your down dog. Use your core. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. And then open up to warrior two. Sorry, I have my back to you. Start walking that left foot forward. Arms are parallel to the earth. Now you're going to take your right arm around your back. Left arm flips up, reaches up. And now start to reach that hand back, but I'm still pushing my left knee forward. Should be a great stretch along the left side. You're going to release. Vinyasa, back to your down dog. We're going to put that together, and then your warm-up's over. Hopefully you're warm, ready to go. We'll get into some power moves. So look to your hands, step or float to the front of your mat. Half lift, fold, queen chair. So let's do every position of our arms that we've done. So reach forward. Use your breath, get a little bit lower. On that exhale, sit a little deeper. Reach your arms to the back of the room. Fingertips reach back, palms face down. Emphasize opening up your shoulders. And then just lift your hands up, field goal arms. Press the elbows and the wrists to the back of the room. Can you get a little bit lower in your squat? And then release, fold forward. Half lift into your high plank. And then find your way back to down dog. Step your right leg through, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Flip your right hand, reverse, and release. Sometimes I stay in that a little bit longer because it feels so good. Do what you want. Do what you need. Left foot steps, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Flip your left hand, reverse, and release. Let's do it one more time. Find your way through. Make it yours. Maybe you go right to down dog this time. Step your right leg forward. Warrior one. Open to warrior two. Flip your right hand, reverse. And then release. Last time through on the left side. And then we're going to move a little bit faster. Left leg steps. Warrior one. Open to two. Reverse your left hand. And then release. Find your way back to down dog. Oh, you didn't stay that long. Big toes to touch. Right leg goes straight back. Bend your knee, open your hip. Maybe you flip over. If you flip over, walk your left hand over where your right hand is. And square your feet off. Lift up, reach back. Maybe go right into wheel. Keep lifting your heels up. Square your feet off. Lift to get higher. And now we're going to flip on back. Three-legged dog. Right knee, right tricep. Right knee, left tricep. Take your right hand to the center of your mat. Shoot your right leg over to the left side. Left arm lifts. 3 times, lift and lower your right leg. So lift it off the floor, touch the floor, off the floor, touch the floor. And now come back, three-legged dog. Step your right leg through, crescent lunge. Woo! Heart rate might have gone off. Push your hips forward, and I'm continuing to walk my right foot forward. My shoulders are over top of my hips, and I'm going to reach up. So we're going to do kind of a combination of flowing and then holding a posture. So your left leg is straight. Hopefully my left heel is over the ball of my left foot. And I'm going to reach up a little bit higher. If you're comfortable looking up, look up. Now bring your hands to your heart. Let's think about that concept. Look at your right foot. Do you see things moving? If not, maybe walk that feet further away from your left foot. further away from your body. Challenge, so you are doing things to strengthen your body. If we do the same thing and we don't challenge, we don't get stronger. So hands to your heart, maybe twist over to your right. Now, if you want to split your hands and you want to bind, if you want to stand, take it up. We're staying here. I'm going to look over to the right for 4 breaths. So even taking my gaze over to the right side of the room challenges my balance. I can feel my feet moving. They're being challenged. Elbows are in alignment. See if you can get your thumbs to your heart center. Twist your torso. Slowly rise back up to your crescent lunge. Open up to warrior 2. You might want to straighten that right leg. Try to keep it bent. Keep challenging yourself. You're going to flip your right hand, reverse it. Take your right forearm to the top of your right thigh. Left arm's going to left. So I always say in my classes, don't use your right arm as a kickstand to dump into your right leg. Light touch here. If you can, you're looking up to your left hand, a little bit more of a challenge. Maybe you reach your right hand to the front of the room. Reach both arms to the front of the room, but then look underneath your left underarm. Keep your arms here, straighten your right leg. Ah, that feels good, yeah? And look to the front of the room. Drive your right rib cage over to the right. If you do not, this does not feel good, go further. It should feel good. We're gonna go back here. You can get a half bind or a full bind. So a half bind is your left arm is around your back, right arm is straight down, or underneath your right leg, you can get a full bind at your right hip joint. Do what works for you for 4. Some of you I know might walk that left foot forward and stand on your right or your left leg. Go for it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, stay right where you are. Lift that left shoulder. Come back to warrior 2. Flip your right hand, reverse, and then release. Back to your down dog. Find your way. Do what you want. Do what you need. Do what feels good. Big toes to touch. Left leg goes straight back. Bend your knee, open your hip. You don't have to flip over, but if you do, walk that right hand over. You flip over, then you walk your feet back towards that right hand. Lift your left arm up, or drop it to your mat for a wheel. Come back to 3-legged dog. Left knee, left tricep. Take it over to your right tricep and then drop it in. So walk that left hand to the center. Left leg drops over. Spin around. 3 times, lift and lower your left leg. So left, you do not have to do this. Little bit of extra. And then 3-legged dog. Step it through for a crescent lunge. But don't swing it through. Step it through. Use your body. Slowly rise. I'm going to hold this again. So get the crescent lunge first. Often we get into a posture. People rush to get in there, and then they don't actually feel the posture. I want you to feel the posture. Shoulders are over top of your hips. Right leg is straight. Feel both feet. So maybe you're walking that left foot forward to get deeper into your lunge. If this is too much, this is fine. Do what you need to do. Now I'm going to reach my arms overhead. Create some space between your rib cage and your abs. If you're comfortable looking up, if you look up, you might start to feel that foot wibble and wobble and move and strengthen. Hands to your heart, twist over to your left. And again, do what works for you. If this is too much on this side, each side is a little different. Do what works. Right leg is straight, and I'm gonna push my chest up towards my palms. Twisting my torso like it's a rag. I'm wringing out my rag. I'm detoxing me. Yeah. Come back to your crescent lunge, so go slow. Get in it strong. Feel those legs. Maybe they're moving. Maybe that's like my foot was just moving to get the balance because I'm low. I'm in it. Then I'm going to open up to warrior two. Keep this leg bent. Good. Stay in that front thigh. Flip your left hand, reverse. Left forearm is going to brush the left thigh, right arm reaches. So maybe you reach that left arm forward and hold, look up to the right hand. Wiggle your toes. Reach both arms to the front of the room. Look underneath your right underarm and hold for 3. Start to straighten your left leg. Reach your arms to the back of the room. Look forward. Great stretch on the left side. Keep reaching that left arm back. And then slowly come back, half or full bind. So I'm going to do that half bind again. And I'm just going to allow my left hand to walk down my thigh slightly, and I'm going to look up, lifting my right shoulder. If you get a full bind, it's at your left hip joint. Your left arm goes underneath your left leg. Don't force anything. Back to warrior two. Flip your left hand, reverse, and then release it back to your down dog. Find your way. Maybe you skip this vinyasa. Maybe you do 2 push-ups. I don't know. Do what works for you. What feels right for you. Press your hands into your mat. Push your chest to your toes. Woo! Feels so good to move our bodies. Come to a high plank. Walk your right hand to the center. Turn to the left. Side plank. Look up to your top hand. You need to drop your right knee, drop your right knee. Do what you want, do what you need. Whatever version you're doing, lift your left hip higher, and then start to reach your top arm forward. Hold in there, a couple more breaths. Take your top arm around your back, touch your opposite hip and look up. Slowly come back to a high plank. Hold your high plank, hold your high plank. Use your body. A lot of people just dump into this. Use your body, walk down to a forearm plank. And hold. Forearm plank, hold. Shoulders over top of your wrists. I'm sorry. Shoulders over top of your elbows. And now use your left hand first to a high plank, down dog. Press your chest towards your toes. A lot of shoulders, a lot of core right now. Stay with me. Walk into a high plank. Look forward. We have a tendency to look to our toes. Look forward. Walk your left hand to the center. Turn to your right, side plank. So whatever variation, if you drop to your knee, drop to your knee. Just lift this top hip as high as you can and reach your top arm forward. Take your top arm, touch your left hip this time. Drop your right shoulder and look up. Lift the hips. High plank. Hold here. And again, all of this is with purpose. So as we go to our forearm plank, we're using our core. We don't just jump in. We're going to walk it down to a forearm plank and hold. Relax your hands. Again, your shoulders are over top of your elbows. If you need to drop to your knees, drop to your knees. Look forward for 4. Now, no vinyasa. Just use your core to come up to a high plank. Use your core, press back, down dog. Breathing, connect with your breath. Look to your hands. On your next exhale, step or float to the front of your mat. Half lift, fold, come into your queen chair. Big toes to touch, heels are slightly apart. Bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to twist over to your right. So we did this in crescent lunge. Left elbow comes through the outside of the right thigh. My prayer, so I'm going to twist to the right, so I'm going to do this for you. My prayer comes to the center of my heart. My elbows are in alignment. Sorry, I'm like, I should just turn, right? So here I am going to twist. As I twist to the right, I tuck that elbow there, keep my knees together, push my prayer together, trying to get my thumbs to the center of my heart and my elbows in alignment. If you want to split your hands, your left hand goes outside your right leg. And then what happens is this gets hard. This gets hard, so watch what happens. People start to do this. What I want you to do is stay low. So in all of these postures, I'm trying to keep my hips lower than my heart. If you stand, you're standing. Otherwise, stay for 3. And now release. Fold forward. Take your feet 6 inches apart. Take your peace sign fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Then take your thumb, grab the bed of your index finger, elbows wide, and fold forward. Shake the head. Shake the head, let it go. And now you're going to release that, come to a deep squat. So in a deep squat, there's lots of variations. If you're going to hold the deep squat, go into it, but only let just as low as your thighs being parallel to the earth and hold. If that's the position you're going to hold. Okay? You can go into crow, where crow, you're really trying to dig those knees into the center of your tricep. And you might lift your right foot. Tap it back in. You might lift your left foot. You might lift both feet. You might drop it in and take it up to a headstand. Our world is upside down anyway, why not, right? So then, from your headstand, for my more experienced yogis, tuck the knees back to the tricep, come back to your crow, and then you can shoot it back, high plank, and vinyasa, back to down dog. Press your chest towards your toes. Collect your breath. Good, so look to your hands, step or float to the front of your mat. Take a half lift. Fold. Now come to your queen chair. And again, now we're going to the left, okay? So hands to heart, twist to your left. We do this so there are differences between our hips and our twisting from one side to the next. So as I twist, most important thing, I keep my knees together. I take my right elbow, tuck it to my left thigh, and then I try to lift my chest higher than my hips. You might go further. You might stay right here. Do what works for you. What do you need and what do you want? It's okay to do what you need and what you want. When you start doing that, we give permission for everybody else to do the same. Maybe you're splitting your hands. Maybe you're going into your bind. And now you're going to release and fold forward. We're going to tuck our hands underneath our feet. Get your toes to grab your wrists. Once you do that, so this is what people do. They stay here, tuck your chin to your chest, let your elbows go wider. Feel that great length in your spine as you're stretching your hamstrings. And then you're going to release. Options again. I also, in my class, I call this recess. Some people sit on the bench at recess. You can sit on the bench. You can go into child's pose. Some people go on top of the monkey bars. Do whatever works for you. Okay, so if you go into that deep squat, try to stay here. Challenge the legs. If you drop deeper, it's totally fine. Just be careful of your knees and your hips. You can go into a handstand. If you're doing a handstand hop, I have my left foot back. I'm going to kick up. I'm going to touch my left foot to my right leg. So a friend of mine said, I'm always scared to do this in your class. I'm afraid I'm going to kick someone, land on someone. You don't have to worry about that in your house. And then release and come back to your down dog, however you want to find your way. Now bring your big toes to touch. You're gonna bend the knees, straighten the legs. Do that 2 more times. Now on your next time, look to your hands, step both feet to the outsides of your hands. Here's that deep squat again. And now we're gonna slowly rise. 4, 3, 2, reach the arms all the way up, bring them back down, slowly lower down. 4. So my toes are turned out slightly, my back is flat, shoulders over top of the hips. Good, now I'm gonna press down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, now hold, slowly rise. 4, 3, 2, reach up, look up, slowly go back down. 4, wiggle those toes, use those feet. You're gonna hold it down, press down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release the hands to the floor. Another crow, another handstand, or if you wanna go into that headstand. If you're trying that headstand, your hands are the base of a triangle, and your head comes to the top of that triangle. And maybe you're just lifting halfway. You can lift all the way, lift all the way. Play around. It was so easy when we were little. Someone said, oh, try this. We did that. As we get older, things come into our way. We can all do these things. We can all do them. Find your way back to down dog, however you want to get there. Maybe you vinyasa through. Maybe you walk through. Maybe do those 2 push-ups. Down dog. Feel your hands. Press your chest towards your toes. Now we're going to do a few balance postures. So look to your hands. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Take a half lift. Fold. Slowly rise 1 vertebrae at a time. So I'm going to face you. We're going to do eagle on the right. So you're going to lift the right leg up, cross that right leg over, and then remember, as you cross that right leg over, your right hip comes with you. So once you get your right leg around, pull the hips back, and then again, we did these in our crunches, right arm under. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders, and then your hands are away from your face. So if your foot connects with the back of your calf, that is awesome. But if you've done that to negotiate your form, don't do it. So my hips are super tight. So if I do that, then my right hip is going to come forward. The idea, stand tall in your eagle for 3. Now we're really challenging that left foot should be wibbling and wobbling and moving. If not, get deeper in. And then release, eagle on your left. So same thing, left leg goes over. This side, I'm probably going to be able to get my foot back around my calf, but my hips are square. Left arm under, and then I'm going to pull my elbows away from my body. My elbows are in line with my shoulders. My hands are away from my body. And a lot of people do eagle wrong, because what they do is they start to drop the chest. Eagle you get lower by bending your knee and your ankle. So don't go forward, go down by bending the knee and the ankle. That's how I discovered, for me, I had some issues with my joints and my flexibility in my joints. So what? So what? You're still amazing. Your joints are a little tight. Whatever, right? Release. Let's do it again on the right side. So these are the things that I try to teach in the studio. Right leg goes over top. You want to challenge yourself enough that your body is working, but don't challenge yourself so much that you're negotiating the form that'll actually end up being a bad thing for you, right? So right arm under. Good. Elbows are in line with your shoulders and hands away from your face. So I'm going to try to get a little lower by bending my knee and my ankle. And that's about as far as I can go. And then release. Eagle on your left. So same thing on the left. If you can get the calf, great, whatever. If you can't, you can't. Hips still stay square. And bring that left arm under. And then start to bend my right ankle, my right knee challenge myself a little bit more, going straight down as if your back is against a wall. And then release. Take a nice deep breath, arms overhead. Bring your hands through your heart to your hips. Lift your right knee up. And you're going to catch the inside of your right knee or your right big toe. So if you can grab your big toe and straighten your right leg, perfect. If you can't, you can't. So what? You're still amazing. Left hand reaches to the left wall. You're going to look to the left side. You should feel your left foot doing a lot of work right now. For 3. Bring your leg to center. Now you're going to switch hands. Maybe you grab the outside of your foot, or you grab the knee. You straighten that right leg, or you grab the knee, reach that right hand to the back of the room, and look back. Now my left foot is really wobbling. For 3. Look back, open up. Now we're going to come all the way up. I'm going to turn. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. I'm just turning my body. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is not part of it. I'm going to lift my right knee high. I'm going to reach my arms overhead. Trying to reach my fingertips towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Don't lean back. Stay planted in. Keep lifting that right knee higher. Really challenging that left leg. Slowly float that right foot back. Airplane arms. Flex your right foot. If you can have a slight bend in your left knee, that would be awesome. Slight bend. So push in with your left foot. Good. Drop your left hand down. Reach your right arm up. So you might have to drop both hands down to get your balance. But once you do, reach that right arm up and try to look up. You're lifting your right leg as high as you can. Sorry, I have somebody who wants to get out of here. Good, keep lifting up. Sorry, the dog who had to go outside. And now slowly release that right hand back to the earth, standing split. So when you're in standing split, ground those hands in. It's a great time to pop up to your handstand. And if you do, you're on that left foot, you pop up, touch that left foot to that right thigh. That'll help you get your hips over top of your shoulders. And then fold forward. And we're going to do that again. Slowly rise all the way up. Reach up. Hands through your heart to your hips. And now you're going to lift that left knee up. So the left knee comes up. You're going to grab the inside of the left knee or the left big toe. Try the left toe. Whatever. You're by yourself. Nobody knows. Maybe you'll be able to straighten that left leg. Just make sure you keep that right hip down. Straighten that left leg. Take it to the left. Right arm goes to the right. Then look to the right. Feel that right foot wobbling around. I want you to challenge yourself so that right foot is doing work to keep you balanced. And then bring that leg to center. Switch hands. So outside of the foot or the left knee. And you're going to take that foot. Try to straighten that left leg. And then reach your left hand to the back of the arm. And now push in with that right foot. That right foot grounded in so you can lift up and get that twist so you have a length in your spine. Good. Bring it back to center. And then again, hold here. Reach up, lift up. Again, I'm going to turn to face this way. You're going to slowly float that left leg back into airplane. So flex that left foot, drop that left hip, ground in, feel that right foot. Keep breathing. Slight bend in your right knee. Push in with your right foot to straighten it with that right knee slightly bent. Then hands to your heart, drop that right hand down, half moon. So left hand lifts, left foot lifts. So try to keep that left foot lifted and then look up to your left hand. And then release your left hand to the earth, standing split. So again, if you want to pop it up for a handstand, the other option is lift that left leg as high as you can, grab your right ankle, and breathe. Use your inhale and your exhale to lift that left leg a little higher. And then release, fold forward, Take your hands, wrap them around the outsides of your legs, grab opposite shin. Use this bind. Bring your body close to your thighs. Draw your chin to your chest, straighten your legs for 3. And then release. Walk it back to a high plank. You're on your tips of your toes. And 5 push-ups. It's down, lift up, down, lift up, down, lift up. 2 more. 1 more. Go all the way to your belly. Ah. All right, I gotta check the time. My class knows. Oh my God, had it already come an hour. I said we were gonna do 45 minutes. All right, here we go. Release your head to the earth. Relax. Try not to use your glutes. Try to use your low back. We're going to do 2 of these. Palms face down. So you'll see, I'm not going to look forward to the top of my mat. I'm going to look straight down. I'm going to walk my feet together, big toes to touch. Lift up. I'm trying to get my thighs off the floor. My hands come off the floor. And I'm going to lift away from the mat, but I'm going to look down so I don't stretch my neck out. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lift a little higher. 1 more, I'm lifting my toes together and lifting my torso, my sternum off the earth, and then release. You should feel that in your low back, right here to the mat, and relax. 1 more. So use your low back to lift your body off the earth. So look straight down. Palms are up, big toes to touch. 3 breaths here. So inhale, exhale, lift higher. Inhale, hold, exhale, lift a little higher. 1 more time, look straight down. Inhale, hold, exhale, a little higher, and then release. Left ear to the mat, and relax. And now you're gonna come up to a high plank and drop to your knees, come to your back. We're gonna do 1 bridger wheel. We already did core. And ideally, we did core the whole entire time because we were moving with purpose. So you're gonna set your feet up as close to your butt as you can get. Walk those feet. Your feet are about shoulder width apart. If you wanna go right into wheel, your hands go behind you and you lift up, push up. I'm gonna start with a bridge. And I'm gonna walk my body, my shoulder blades together a little bit more in the back. And I'm gonna feel my feet as I lift my hips up higher. We're gonna take 5 more breaths, and the idea, and the exhale is the hips lift up and the chest moves back. 4 more breaths, so I'm gonna go in my wheel and lift up for 3. And then release. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees wide. Open up your hips, relax. And now what I want you to do is take your hands to next to your hips, to the earth. Take your legs over your head. Keep your hands to the earth. So you see I'm kind of getting more on my shoulders. And if my toes touch the floor, then I'm going to take my hands to my low back. Tuck your knees to your ears, step yoga. And then you're going to slowly roll out. And then I want you to take your hands, grab the insides of your feet for happy baby. Let your shoulders, your head relax to the earth. Draw your knees down towards the floor and hold. And now release your left leg. Bring your right knee into your chest. And now take your right leg over to the left side. Open up. A little simple spinal twist. Come back to center, bring your left knee into your chest. And your right leg is going to go long. And as you pull your left knee in, relax your head and your shoulders to the earth. Then guide your left knee over to the right. Scoot the body weight over to the left. Open up the arms. So wherever that left knee falls is where it falls. Let it be where it is. And then slowly come back to center. Grab your hamstrings. Pull the knees in towards you. Allow your shoulders to relax to the earth. And now change the grip. Bring it to the front of the knees. Pull the knees in towards your chest. And then you're going to release into your Shavasana. So toes stand out, palms face up. Start ending where we started today. So relax your glutes, relax your low back. And again, I'm going to read what I read earlier. And I was going to play it, but then I need another device. So if I read it, if I'm reading this correctly. So this reading is from Glennon Doyle. She was interviewed by Brene Brown. Great podcast, two of my favorite people. And it says, there is a poison root planted beneath women. This idea that if we do what is best for us, that if we do what we want and what we need, that our people will hurt from what we choose to do. We have accepted this as a lie. What the lie is that what we need and what our people need is mutually exclusive. That is a lie. What is true and beautiful for us is always, ultimately, what is true and beautiful for our people, because there is no such thing as one-way liberation. When we grant ourselves permission to live as our truest selves, we automatically grant permission for everyone else around us to do the same. I'm going to read that again, my favorite part. When we grant ourselves permission to live as our truest selves, we automatically grant permission for everyone else around us to do the same. Begin to make small movements, then larger movements. Bring your knees into your chest, and then over to the right side, symbolizing a new start, a new day, as we've conquered another day of this quarantine. We're approaching another new day. It's a new opportunity, maybe to get out there and create, maybe to give, maybe just to take a day and just relax, do what you need, do what you want. And come to a seated position of your choice. We're going to take a nice deep breath, arms overhead. And then bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead. As you do that, allow your chin to drop to your chest. My wish for you today is that you live your life in happiness, trying to live one day at a time. That's the choice we have right now. Till next time, namaste. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to unmute everyone. Oh, how do I do this? It looks so pretty there. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allison.
Thanks, Allison.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
I love you.
Love you.